Hello friends, welcome back to our channel StydyDesk4U. This is Satish. So today I would like to tell you about different tokens which are available in the Python. So today agenda is introduction about Python tokens, what is identifiers and what are the rules to define the identifiers in Python, and what are the different keywords available in the Python, and how to define the constant in Python, and what are the different literals supported by Python, and finally what are the operators we'll see today. And what do you mean by token? It's a simple word in English. Simply I can say that in English, what are the technically we call words? So collection of characters. So generally it is nothing but token in Python. A token is a collection of characters which is understood by the interpreter. So whatever the word we are writing, that should understand by the interpreter. Otherwise it will raise an error or exception and it won't allow you to run the code. So we have to write the properly collection of characters as a token with respect to interpreter. And we have different types of tokens in Python. One of that is identifiers. So identifiers are nothing but names, so which defines the names of the components. And the second one is keywords, constants, literals, and finally operators. So these are the different tokens which are available in the Python. Now we will see one by one in detail. First, identifier. So identifiers are nothing but names which are given to the variable or functions, list, tuple, set, class, object or anything. So whatever the components or variables we are using in program, generally we may define names to them. So that names only is used to identify in the program whenever we require them. So that is the reason we call them as identifiers. But whenever you want to write identifiers or names, simply I can say that if you want to define some name to the variable or some function, we should follow some instructions. So what are that rules means? So first one is, an identifier should not contain special symbols except underscore. That means whenever you want to write any name, you should not use any special symbols like @ dollar, dot, something like that. And identifier name must start with alphabet and it can contain numbers but not as a starting value. That means identifier names must always start with alphabets like A, B, C. And it may contain digits but it is not the first character. And identifiers should not be duplicate, because once we define one variable name as x, if you define one more time, it may giving conflict to access the respective variable. And keywords should not be used as identifiers, means keywords are inbuilt words, so we cannot use for our naming purpose. An identifier may be of any length, so you can define name of any length, it doesn't matter. And identifiers are case sensitive, means you cannot interchange uppercase to lowercase or lowercase to uppercase. And don't give any spaces in between the words of the name. Like if you want to define username, you can either define username as a single word or you can define user underscore name, but you cannot define user space name, because system will treat as a user space name or two words, so it will give you an error. So these are the different rules or instructions we have to follow while we are defining the identifiers. And also one more, it's not rule but it's a precaution. You always define the names which reflect the actions, because let us assume that if you are doing some addition, the name should be add or addition or something summation, something like that. That means whatever the name we are defining, that should reflect the action or the meaning of the respective variable. It should not violate the meaning. And the next one, keywords. So keywords are the reserved words, or means these are inbuilt words in the interpreter, and all keywords having some specific meaning or behavior and which are exhibit at the time of usage. And some key points we need to remember while we are using keywords, like we should not add anything to the keyword. Like keywords are inbuilt words, so we cannot modify the name of the keyword, and we can't change the operation of the keyword by overriding some functionality. So whatever the inbuilt nature is there, that we have to implement, we cannot override them. We can't combine even two keywords as a single keyword. And also we cannot use keywords as an identifier, as I said in previous point. And all keywords must be written in small case or lower case except true, false, none. And these are the different keywords which are available on the Python, like false, none, true, and as. You can find different keywords on the screen, and these are all the keywords which can be used in our regular classes one by one. Like some of them false, true, just in previous class we explained, these are boolean values. And none is the data type, one kind of literal, and end is a kind of logical operator. So this will be covered one by one in coming classes. And a constant is a kind of value which cannot be changed or which cannot be modified while we are executing the code. Generally, a variable is a value which can be modified, but a constant is a value which cannot be modified. But in Python, there is no direct way to define the constants. That means we can't declare the constants by using directly any keyword in Python. So there is an indirect way to define the constants. That is, we have to define the first of all constants.py as a separate file where you can write all the constants, like see here I written pi, ratio, feet, meters, like that. And then we have to import this constants.py wherever we require in the program. So by importing the constants, we can just use constants.py pi or constant ratio, feet to meters, like that we can use them. Means we don't have any direct option to define the constant, but there is a way of importing the constant from one file to another file. But again, this is also not working as a constant, because if you are overwrite these values also, it will be overwritten. So there is no scope for constants in Python, but still we can use in this way. And literals. So literals nothing but the information, the value which is stored in the variable. So what are the type of the value we are going to be storing? That value we call literal. So this is indirectly which is equal to your variables. So we have different literals like numerical literals like integer, float, complex, text literals, string and characters, and boolean, true, false, and collection literal like list, set, tuple, and these are that means these are the different types of values we are going to be storing in the variable while we are using the program. And finally, other is nothing but none. And operators finally. So operator is a special symbol which is used to perform a specific operation, and which is used to perform operation on the operands, which will give you some output. And we have different operators in Python like arithmetic operators, which is used to perform the arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and relational operators, which are used to compare the two values or variables like less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, equal to, and logical operators. So these are used to join the two or more conditions like and, or, not. And assignment operators, these are used to assign the value to the variable, and we have different assignment operators like equal, plus is equal to, minus equal, into equal to, and bitwise operators. So these are the operators which works on binary format of the information which is given in the variable, and like and, or, not, negation, something like that. And there is two categories of special operators in Python, that is identity operators and membership operators. So identity operators is used to check the identity of an object like is and is not, and membership operators are used to check the presence of the data in the respective object or list, generally in, not in. And we don't have any operators like conditional operator and as well as increment decrement operator in Python. So now we'll check that different namings for identifiers. So see here, I'm taking user name equal to Satish, and followed by I'm giving print username. I'm going to be executing this program by alt enter. So now you see Satish as an output. Now let us assume that I'm giving one user name is equal to Satish. Now you see that it's giving an error, invalid syntax. So because I mentioned as a one in front of the text. So as I said, first character always should be alphabet. And let us assume that I'm giving username 1 is equal to, let's take Satish. You see now, see it is accepting now. So that means you can use the numbers but not as a first character. That is the root. And now next one, username, I'm giving dollar is equal to Satish. Now use. So special symbol. So special symbol cannot write in the identifiers. So that also we need to take it. And the next one is user space name is equal to Satish. So now you see it is also giving an error because we cannot give the spaces between the one name to another name, because if you are giving like this, the system will treat as a user as a separate word, name as a separate word, so it give you a syntax error. You can give like this, so it is accepting. So if you want to give some space kind of thing, you should use the underscore. You cannot give the empty space. So that you have to remember while you are defining the names. So always be remember, name should be very clear to the action and variable meaning, and also you should follow the basic rules of this particular kind of things. And even see, if is a keyword, if I'm trying to use this, still it is giving an error, because if is a keyword we can't use for regular variable name. So these are the instructions we have to follow while we are defining the names to any component like variable name, function name, class name, object name, list or tuple, any name. So specifically if you are defining any name, you have to follow these rules, otherwise the system will raise errors. So now we will see a simple example on keywords. So let us assume that I want to find the biggest value out of the three values. Let's take example, see here, a comma b comma c is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30, and then I'm checking that if a greater than c and a greater than b, so now I'm printing a is greatest value, and here if this is also one keyword in Python. So here a must be greater than, so b greater than c. So now print b is greatest, and last else print c is greatest. So if you observe here clearly, so if, else, and these are all keywords in Python. So these are having specific inbuilt meaning. So by that meaning only it will execute by the interpreter. So now I'm going to be executing this. See that it is giving c is the greatest. So like that we can use the keywords as per their meaning, as per our requirement. So now we will see a simple example for operators. So let's take example. I'm giving a equal to 10, b equal to 20, and c equal to, I'm giving a plus b, and print c. So if you clearly observe here plus is the operator which is arithmetic operator and which is used to add the two values. So here a comma b are we call operands or values which are going to be performing an operation called addition. So c is the result, and where we are getting that as a 30. So like that we can use the operators to perform the operations. So these operators we will see in detail in the next video. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please give a comment in comment section. For online and offline classes, please visit our website www.fraternitech.com, and for more tutorials, please visit our another website kennysworld.com. And for complete tutorial for operators, please visit our next video. Please support us and please subscribe the channel if you really like the videos, and please hit the bell icon for more notifications of these kind of videos, and please like the video and share the video. Thanks for watching.